Ubuntu Coin is a company that has developed Ugold, which is digital gold certificate on the blockchain. So it's 100% backed by gold, and it allows users to effectively transact by leveraging on the historical stability of the gold, but also creating wealth. And I think the originality beyond digitalizing gold is that we democratize gold, because we bring the minimal transaction, the minimum use of Ugold to a bit less than $1, so that even the less privileged people can effectively transact and access this gold-backed currency. And as you know, gold is the only, I would say, not even metal, but in terms of asset, whose value has grown from 10 to 20% every year for the past 30 years. So whomever would get Ugold would not only have stored value, but will also create wealth and will have an opportunity to transact. As you know, one of the challenge is in emerging markets, 60 to 70% of people don't have access to bank account or credit card, and therefore they're cut out of the global economy. But gold is that real asset that has value anywhere in the world in human history, and therefore digitalizing gold and making it accessible to the broader range of the population is where we leverage on technology for innovation and impact. One thing that we do, initially Ugold aims at reaching out, like I said, to the broader category of the population, initially targeting Africa and the diaspora as an initial market, but with a view of being used as a digital currency anywhere in the world. And in addition to that, by using this digital currency, we now give the opportunity to access goods for SMEs, but also to kind of do cross-border transactions. Remember, a lot of the currencies have been depreciating in value. But if you can use a currency that appreciates in value and that also allows to solve the problem that mobile money doesn't solve, because there's a major challenge in terms of interoperability of mobile money transactions from one operator to another. While with Ugold, then you have your app and your wallet, and you can send to any phone, any number, anyone in the world who would have also the app. And that's also a major impact in terms of reaching out to new market and disrupting the silos, or at least breaking the silos that prevent quality and transactions and also high volumes of transactions. Beyond that, what is also interesting in the Ugold is the capacity to do transactions at a very minimal cost. As you know, remittance can cost up to 10%, sometimes 15%, but with Ugold you send immediately, the person receives at a fraction of a cost of the traditional remittance system. The other key element is that even when you think of mobile money, people have challenges in trusting it, whether it's in the US, in Europe, and in Africa, because there are a lot of cases of hacking of mobile money wallets. Now, when you use blockchain technology, you increase the level of security that helps build greater trust and should help also facilitate adoption. In addition, where we are different from the others is a Bitcoin, for instance, has high volatility. Our currency and Ugold basically allows, because it's 100% backed by gold, to provide some form of stability that then allows further transactions from one another. So it can kind of address this trinity between stored value, medium of exchange, and unit of account, and in the African continent and beyond. Ugold makes banking easier, first because it streamlines the KYC and AML processes that often have been a hurdle in terms of adoption and been considered as quite constraining in the traditional banking system. But in this case, we have a technology, leveraging on whenever you want to buy it from our website or elsewhere, where you can do the KYC ML in less than 10 seconds. The second element is also that you can perform transactions of very small amounts, right? So what you wouldn't be able to do with a credit card, where often you need to do a transaction that needs to be beyond $15, right? So in emerging markets, in Africa in particular, $15, $20 is a lot for people, right? And the transactions are generally very, very small in terms of size, and they want to be able to transact for infinite amount. And with Ugold, you have that opportunity. So Ugold allows also to be able to do very small transactions of very small amounts, which credit cards are often prohibitive, as they require a minimum amount for it to be profitable for the merchants. So you could do a $1 transaction or $2 transaction easily at an infinite amount, at an infinite cost, at an infinitely smaller cost than the traditional payment system. Further to that, you also have the trade finance. Traditional trade finance is very heavy in terms of handling processes, etc., and paperwork and steps to effectively happen in the right conditions. While if you use Ugold on the back of a blockchain and leveraging on smart contracts, then it streamlines also trade finance and cross-border trade between peer-to-peer and SMEs, etc. Last but not least, our platform can allow social lending and peer-to-peer lending, where you can now create significant amount of wealth and solidarity by supporting entrepreneurs and micro-entrepreneurs by leveraging on the community and the AI system that allows to be able to lend and borrow from one another within the community on the back of the asset that has proven to be the most robust in human history. There's nothing like Ubuntu Coin at this point in Africa, right? In terms of being able to combine to be 100% gold-backed, and providing those kind of facilities, we are the only kind of player in that space.